Yeah! Welcome to another episode of ArtCo Drone Solutions Christmas Special. Welcome to the show, everyone. Alrighty, we've got a great show today. We are going to talk about Christmas. Yeah, that's the time of year. Alright, oh, great. Drone guy. Okay, listening. Okay, cool. Going to meet up with Kelly, Kai. Ooh, awesome. Enjoy your time in San Antonio and Dallas Fort Worth. Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, we got a great show today. We're going to talk about what do you want for Christmas in drones. Yes, drones, a drone accessory, uh, action cameras. Bill Metro Drones, thank you so much for that super chat. Thank you. So let's start off the show. While we wait for everybody to jump in, let's do on this day in history. AZ Drone Dude, good evening and good to see you. Mike B, welcome. Let's jump into this day in history. In 1776, Thomas Paine publishes his first American crisis essays, beginning, "These are the times that try men's soul." Pretty good. 1783, William Pitt the Younger becomes the youngest ever Prime Minister at the age of 24. 1932, British Broadcasting Corp begins transmitting overseas. 1950, Chinese invasion of Tibet forces the Tibetan spiritual leader, the Dalai Lama, to flee. 1958, the first radio broadcast from space. U.S. President Dwight D. Eisenhower Christmas message. To all mankind, America's wish for peace on earth and goodwill to men everywhere. 1984, Chinese Premier Xiao Ziyang and Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher signed the Sino-British Joint Declaration to transfer Hong Kong back to China in 1997. All right, let's see what happened in film and sports. 1946, Noel Coward's musical Pacific 1860 premieres in London. 1949, WJW-TV8 in Cleveland begins broadcasting. 1953, KFYR Channel 5 in Bismarck, North Dakota, NBC/ABC, begins broadcasting. 1960, Frank Sinatra's first session with Reprise Records, Ring-a-Ding-Ding. 1964, Gertrude, Danish film directed by Carl Theodor Dreyer, starring Nina Penzrode, Bent Roth, and Ebbe Rode. Sorry, those are foreign words. I'll do it the best I can. 1968, WCWB, now WMGT TV Channel 41, Macon, Georgia. NBC begins broadcasting. 1971, CBS airs Homecoming, A Christmas Story, introducing the Waltons. 1971, Stanley Kubrick's X-rated film A Clockwork Orange, based on the book by Anthony Burgess, starring Malcolm McDowell, premieres. All right, in music. 1957, Music Man opens at the Majestic Theater in New York City for 1,375 performances. 1965, Beatles' seventh Christmas album is released. 1971, Inner City begins at Barrymore Theater for New York City for 97 performances. 1973, Molly closes at Alvin Theater, New York City after 68 performances. 1975, Ron Wood joins the Rolling Stones. 1985, Wind in the Willows opens at the Nederlander Theater, New York City for 4 performances. 1987, Bruins linesman and Blues Doug Gilmour score goals in 2 seconds apart. I don't know why that's in music. That should be in sports. Speaking of sports, let's do sports. 1904, Dawson City hockey team begins 9-day walk to get to a boat to Seattle to catch a train to Ottawa to play in the Stanley Cup on January 13th, 1905. 1913, Jack Jackson fights Jim Johnson to a draw in 10 rounds for the heavyweight boxing title. 1917, the first NHL game played on artificial ice in Toronto. Also in 1917, Quebec Bulldogs played their first professional hockey game. 1920, the first U.S. indoor curling rink opens in Brookline, Massachusetts. 1924, Test cricket debut of Bill Ponsford, who scored 110 in the first innings. Don't know anything about cricket. 1926, the National Football League Championship. Frankfurt Yellow Jackets 14-1-2 wins first past the post title. All right, and that is this day in history. All right, back to the show. Let's see who is here, and we'll see. All right, we got a good crowd here. Let's welcome Chris, Sunrise Water Media, Paul, Drone Bum, welcome. And Jody, Drone Shots, welcome to the show. We got Mike B, okay, all right. Hey, here's our special guest, all the way from Lakewood, Colorado, the Candyman himself, Rick Enstrom. Welcome
Hello,
to the
Arthur.
show, Rick.
Thank you. We've been busy day.
Yes, I saw that. I was at your Arvada store, and man, you guys were slammed back there.
Yeah, it's good. We ran out of stuff Thursday and got a truck Friday, so we're back in business.
Wonderful. So everybody in the chat, this is my good friend Rick Enstrom. He's the guy that his family is the Enstrom's Candy Factory. And this is where I get the great toffee that I, give to you guys in the trivia today. So I met Rick back, when was that? Back in 2012 when we ran
Yeah, I
for
suppose,
office?
Art. Yep.
Rick was running, we were both running for State House at the time. You were running for, was that HD 23?
HD 23. I think we'd both been whipped about that point, and we were having a consolation lunch.
That's right. That's and
Because
also,
I
folks,
remember it was a
this
cold, snowy day in Golden.
yes, it was. Oh, yes, that's right. That was at Woody's Pizza in
That's right.
downtown Golden,
That's right.
Colorado. hmm Mike B, aka Rick, you made me fat. Thank you. LOL.
No, we take all the calories out of it, Mike. That wasn't us. Sorry.
And Rick is also my fishing buddy. He's the guy with the bass boat that I get to go out on the lake. Busy year this year, so we didn't get a chance to do any fishing this year.
No,
But
nobody did. I didn't do anything this year. I didn't go fishing very much either. Kind of a
hey,
strange 2020.
yes, it was. Hey, we got another fellow in all the way from South Florida. Let's welcome to the show Ray Kelly. Ray Kelly,
Hey,
Rick
Art.
Enstrom, Rick Ray.
Hey,
Hi,
Ray.
Art. Hi, Rick. Nice to meet you. And I have to say, I won some Art's chocolates, toffee, and they are delicious.
Well, thank you. Thank you. How's your weather down there?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, in the 70s, low
Uh-huh.
70s.
Uh-huh.
Um, it gets down into the 60s here, and the people say, "Oh, it's cold."
What part of Florida are you in?
I'm in Palm Beach, North Palm Beach.
Okay, I've got a place in Jupiter.
Oh
So
yeah,
we're
I go to
close.
Jupiter
We're neighbors.
every day. I'm in Jupiter.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
beautiful down there.
We were there today. Yep. We ate at the
Yeah,
shipwreck. We ate at the shipwreck grill.
Nice. I like dune dogs.
Yeah, Dundalk. Yeah, we've been there.
Ray's got a great video of Hammerhead Shark. Was that you had, Ray?
Well, it wasn't my video. That
Oh,
was a Black Tip H. That's the channel. And yeah,
oh, okay.
that was a monster. Greg Norman
hmm
caught it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is that right?
Now, was that the one where the surfer had a close call with the shark? Was that the Hammerhead, or was that a different video?
No, I'm pretty sure that's a different area.
Okay,
I don't remember that one. Hi, John
okay.
Olson, Sunrise Water Media.
Yeah, we have RC Funds Diversion, John Olson, uh, Kelly Shores, Rayset Drone, Michael McReynolds. Boy, we got a good group going tonight. Steve Mack, all the way from Ontario, Canada, and Carlos back from the sky, from
And
the
there's
New York City area.
Kelly Shores. How you doing, buddy? And you know what? I'm posting a video from the Sawfish Park. You know where that is, I'm sure, in Jupiter.
You bet.
Yeah, we flew there yesterday, and
Oh, you did.
yeah, it was windy. We couldn't go up that high, and we didn't go out over the water. We didn't want to chance it, but we got a little
Right.
flight in.
So my cousin down there runs the Loxahatchee Water District.
Okay, yep.
Cool.
So my
Art, Art,
my
Art.
son went to PBA, so that's how we got located down there.
Art, you got to come down, do a little fishing.
I'm going to try and do that this spring. Uh, we'll see what goes on with the. We've got new owners at the company, so I don't know. Well, I sort of know what the new vacation policy is because of good old Denver decided, hey, it's mandatory. You must have 6 days of sick leave. So that is taken out of my 200 hours of vacation.
Okay.
Yeah, so I get about 3.5 weeks of vacation.
That's good.
Yep. So I'll come down there, visit you and Mitch and Jim and all the gang down there in Florida. Do a little bit of fishing and drone flying while I'm down there. So, any
Well,
good spots down there, Ray?
yeah, there's quite a few good spots, but I believe in going out on a party boat or a charter boat, you know, and those captains around here know where the
Right.
spots are.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Ken Huffbauer placed it here. I don't know if he's in the chat, but he
No, I
drove all the
haven't
way
seen him yet.
down from St. Augustine, and we really wanted to go fishing. Well, we said bring the drones and we'll get a flight in before,
Cool.
and we did. That was the flight. Then we go to the boat, and unfortunately, we were the only two people booked for the boat, and they have to have a minimum of 12 to go.
Oh
So it
boy.
was canceled.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So when I'm down there, I fish with Captain Tom Heisler on the Pure Hell, and it's just an open boat, and that guy knows how to catch the big fish. He knows how to catch those giant grouper, and
boy.
it's pretty expensive, but because it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Where does he run out of? What marina?
He's out of he just runs out of Jupiter. It's a smaller boat, so he drops it wherever the fishing's good. Sometimes out of West Palm.
Trailers
Yep,
it. Yes.
trailers it down and drops it wherever he goes. I mean, usually he's moored in the Jupiter Inlet,
All right.
but
Hey,
he
let's
goes
welcome
all
all the
over.
way from South Dakota, Ron Lockwood. Welcome to the show, Ron. I see
Hey, Ron.
you're feeling you're looking pretty good. Ron just recovered from the Rona.
Oh no! Well, way to go.
Fun.
It-
Not.
We missed Ron in the live streams, but we're glad you survived and you're doing much better.
Thank you.
Ron, this is Rick Enstrom, the candy guy that you got that great toffee that I gave you when I came up to visit you.
Yeah. Yep. Very good. Ray, how you doing?
Good, good. Couldn't be better, actually. Christmas came early for me and my wife. We ended up getting. I'll show it to you. The iPhone 12.
Oh, nice.
That's what I'm talking on right now. I just got it yesterday. Ordered it
Oh, okay.
in. The company ordered it for me in November, and I got it yesterday.
Oh boy.
Are you doing the live stream right on the phone?
Yep, doing it on the phone, but you got to use an earbud because
Right.
with this
Right.
deal, if you're not using an earbud, it's real choppy.
Okay. Hey, Michael McReynolds.
And Mike Roach is in the chat. Welcome, welcome.
Yeah, good to see Mike Roche. He just got out of Facebook jail, I heard.
He did.
Yeah.
Oh my.
What is Facebook jail?
If you make a post that Facebook doesn't like, or they consider it to be offensive, they ban you for 30 days.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
I think that's what it is, right? Mike, tell us in the chat.
Yeah, I think you're correct, Ray. Or telling the truth, like uh, saying stuff like, "Oh, hydroxychloroquine is good for Rona."
Arthur.
Hey, Bob Casey, how you doing, buddy?
Bob Casey, welcome. Oh, Mike says his was for 24 hours. Okay,
Oh,
so he had
okay.
the Facebook jail flu, so it was the 24-hour variety.
Now, Ron, do you do any hunting or fishing in the winter up there?
Yeah, getting ready to put my cameras out. I probably will this coming week. Um, I'm gonna look for some mountain lion, and
Oh,
I
nice.
got two trail cams I'm gonna put out. Um, Fishing, I'm not into the ice fishing. You know, um,
Oh, you got fish with Rick. He's a hoot to ice fish with.
uh,
You got you got to have the right gear. If you don't have a tent and a heater or a
right.
shack and a heater, it's not worth it.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Speaking of ice fishing, look at what
That's
Oh,
a
one
look
of
at
my
that.
subscribers
that's
gave
a
me.
nice rod. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Fenwick that I got from Rick Halbert.
Oh,
Thank you, Rick, for that. He
Well,
knows I
hopefully,
love fishing. He's the guy that sent me the 6 foot long rod that I use. Oh, Kelly, thank you for that super chat. 21 bucks. All right, cool. Uh, don't forget, this show is monetized. If you want to make leave a super chat or a super sticker, you could do that. And you do that, and I will shout you out on, and it'll stay up on the post for quite a while. Cool.
my favorite fishing, Rick, is I just signed up for a third trip up to Alaska. Um,
Oh
Go up there.
boy, where are you gonna go?
We go to Prince of Wales Island. It's
Okay.
southern Alaska, like south of um, Sitka. I think where else? Oh shoot, Juneau
I
area.
I know where it is. I fish in the Prince William Sound every year, going
Oh,
to
okay.
Cordova, where they
Yeah.
have the Copper River Seafood Facility and
Hmm.
Trident and all of those guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love that deal too.
Oh, it's awesome. 8 days of
Well,
relaxation.
Art wanted me to take him fishing here, but we'd have had to have water wings when he checked in because our ice is not that sparkly yet.
Oh,
Kelly, the Buds drone. I'm flew it a couple times. Still trying to learn how to use it. Hopefully, the next time I get a chance to fly it, I'll understand it a little bit better. But evidently, I didn't have it in the right mode, and maybe that's why I wasn't able to get much distance out of it. So, cool.
we
Uh,
should ask Michael Blade if he dug out yet. He had like
yeah, they
12 to
got all that
15 inches
snow
of
up there. How
snow.
about who? Carlos. Did Carlos get any snow up there?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Kirk got hammered pretty good.
Hey, Matt Cundiff, how
Matt
you doing?
Cundiff, welcome to the show. Yeah, cool.
And my one friend up in New York just had just short of 4 feet.
Ooh, wow.
But
That's
yeah,
no
Wow.
good. That kills everything. That's a bad snow.
And
Yep,
and that'll stay around for a long, long, long time.
yep.
yeah. I don't miss those. That's what that was. It was a nor'easter. And once we had two of those in like a week's time. Each time they dumped about 3 to 4 feet each, and they're usually good for 3 feet plus. And yeah, we had like 6, 7 feet of snow in a week's time.
Oh,
It was tough.
oh, Michael Blade says Rhode Island. Oh, cool.
Got a total of about 2 inches so far in South Dakota. It's gone already.
Yeah. Well, we
I'm
just
okay
had
with
a dusting. What was that, yesterday, Rick? That we had
Yeah, we got a
this?
couple inches yesterday on top
Yeah.
of 4 or 5 a few days before. And that's going to be here till March. I don't see
Yeah.
that going anywhere for a while.
Mm-hmm.
We had one of those big snows like they just experienced down there in southeast Colorado, and that was in 2007, and
Yep.
it killed every bit of wildlife for 150 square miles because
boy.
I mean you couldn't see a fence post.
Mm-hmm.
So we've built back from that. We don't need another one of those. I feel bad for those people. There's just nothing
Yeah.
you can do about it.
We don't get so much the snow, it's the cold.
Mhm.
And I remember 2 winters ago, I was driving up to work. I live in Rapid City, South Dakota, but work in Dickinson, North Dakota. It's about the very western edge of North Dakota,
Mhm.
but it just gets so brutal. Sometimes the ambient temperatures are 30, 40
Oh
plus
boy.
below. Yeah, without the wind chill.
Wow.
Well, thanks for
I remember.
finally sending your ducks down south to us because you were hoarding them for a while and were
Yeah.
sharing them with us.
Oh, you're a duck hunter?
Yes, sir.
Rick, do you know Ron? Have you guys met before?
No,
No.
no.
It's
Well,
first
let me
time.
tell you about Ron. He's one of the best hunting guides in
Try to
North
be.
and South Dakota and Wyoming too.
Is that right? You know Wicker Bill? You ever heard of Wicker Bill? He's out up here, and he was a
Yes, I
guide.
have heard of him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He was fishing guide mostly, but he does a bunch of hunting and stuff.
I think I've
Yeah, I
seen
know
him
that.
on the internet somewhere.
I know that boy.
Yeah. Yeah, I guide for an outfitter in eastern Wyoming, right over by Devil's Tower.
Oh,
I just
okay.
finished my 5th season with him. Yeah. And it's a pretty neat place. We get some TV shows that come there. Best of the West out of Cody. We get Mossy Oak. Usually films a couple shows. Next September we have Ted Nugent coming. He's gonna come over and hunt with us. Archery.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've met him. I made him an honorary Colorado Wildlife Commissioner when
Oh.
the year that I was kicked off. When I done my 8 years, you got to go. So he was in town doing a show, and I called him up and said, I want to bring you an award. And I made him an honorary Colorado Wildlife Commissioner for life. So
Oh
he's
wow,
a very
nice.
good guy.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
looking
say
forward to
hello
meeting
to
him.
Mel 400 AGL. Welcome to the show.
Hey Mel, how you doing?
Yeah, I sent you a link, Mel. If you want to pop in, I could send it to you through Facebook if you want me to.
Ron, when I had my TV fishing show, after about 10 years, I figure I'll branch off and maybe try to do a hunting show. And I'm not a hunter, but I went with these 2 experienced goose hunters, and
Really?
I produced 1 show with them, and it was interesting to say the least. But I
Okay.
never did another hunting show. That was it.
No?
I stuck with fishing.
Hmm. Yeah, it gets interesting. It's actually tough. Sometimes we got to, the Mossy Oak likes to do the archery, and getting the hunter, camera guy, all the gear, getting it up in the tree stands and all set up. It's tough sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, the attempt, or take one, I should say, we went out for 3 hours, didn't get any geese. No ducks, no geese. We had to do
Well,
take two. About a week later, we went back, and we got four of them, and it was a decent show.
I did some turkey hunting with Rick that wasn't
We
very
just winked
successful.
out, Art.
And the same with the deer hunting too. All right, Mel, I sent you a link if you want to pop in. Okay, well, oh, I guess Rick maybe
I
ran
was
out of
gonna.
juice on his.
What I switched, obviously, we just set these phones up yesterday, and they're different, so it takes a while to get used to them,
Right.
and I
Yeah,
don't know how
mine.
to do
Sorry,
everything on them yet.
I don't know how to do anything. Mine just winked out, but I'm back with you. So, do you do bird hunting up there too? Got a bird hunting deal up there, or are you mostly big game?
We're mostly big game.
I see.
The actually, I almost went. I could have gotten off of work. My boss has a good friend and outfitter we use in Canada for bear, and he lost his entire season this year because obviously the
Oh
borders were
yeah.
closed. But what I didn't understand is he has, I guess it would be considered dual citizenship, I would think. Part of his business is in Canada and part is in Nebraska.
Yeah, they're
And so
not
he's actually
honoring
allowed,
that. You can't go to Canada right now. So
right, but
I'm sure
he
slow that
came
down.
down to the US, down to Nebraska. And my boss and a couple of fellow guides went down to support him and, bought a goose hunt, duck hunt. They were down in Nebraska and hunted.
Hmm.
But yeah, I usually like big game. Um, but I'm going up this place hopefully in 2022 up in Manitoba for a bear hunt, and looking forward to that.
Oh, I bet. So you ever met Chris Dorsey by any chance? He ever done any work with you? Dorsey Pictures.
No, that
He
doesn't ring a
he
bell.
he has a bunch of those hunt shows. Does that work?
Mhm.
Hey, let's welcome to the
Hey, we popped
show
somebody
Mel
in.
400 AGL. Mel, Rick, Ron and Ray.
Hello,
Hey,
gentlemen.
Mel.
Hello.
Hey,
Mel is all the way down in Arkansas, down in Fort Smith, right?
Yeah, near there. Yep.
Cool, cool. How's the weather down there?
Today wasn't too bad. It got, maybe high 40s.
Okay, cool.
Been a little chilly, been a little cool.
Alrighty, well, we have a little lull in the show. We're
we
gonna try something a little different, a little Christmassy. This is called Backwards Christmas Songs, where you have to guess the song. Alright, hopefully this will work.
Now,
I'm
who's playing and who's the judges? You got to be
All right.
organized.
Well, either the chat could be in it, or the guys here in the panel. Let's give this a try, and hopefully this will work. I'm gonna share a screen. Okay. Then share the audio. And
Nice to meet you, Mr. Rick.
How you doing?
Doing well. Doing well.
Alright, what's going on?
Well, that's your Facebook page.
Yeah, I
I
know. I'm
lost.
trying to
I
bring up my my chat. That's where the audio files are in. I don't know any other way where I could bring up my audio files. I got so much stuff. Okay, how about I...
You just need to get a couple more monitors, Art, so you can have some real estate to work with.
Yeah, that's true.
Do it like I do it. I tell you, having 3 monitors when you're trying to do streams and do things, it's a blessing.
Gotta be kidding. I mean, it worked before I did the show.
Our computer systems have been down at the store for 3 days, so I feel your pain.
In the meantime, I'll ask Kelly if he got his flying in with Kai today. They had a meetup, but then it started raining or something. Hopefully you did.
Yeah, they did fly. Chris Hope posted a picture on Instagram, and Kelly just talked about it in chat a second ago. Said they had a good time flying today.
Good.
Oh, here we go. Oh, everything is running really slow today. Okay. Oh, there. Oh, go ahead and talk amongst yourselves while I'm playing around up here.
Well, I'll tell
Art,
you guys a little bit about myself, Art. These guys don't know me as well, so
Oh, yeah.
I'm a
go
I'm
ahead,
a candy
Rick.
maker. Family's been in business since 1928. We're one of Colorado's oldest family businesses. Based in Grand Junction, Colorado. I don't know if you know where that is. 25 miles from Utah, central Colorado.
I know exactly where that's at.
West Central. And we're sort of almond toffee makers primarily. Started in the ice cream business in 28. And still family owned, 4th generation family business. And Art's one of my buddies. We pal around together and politicize stuff. And
So you're the guy. I'm sorry to interrupt, but people are asking in chat, and I'm kind of curious too. You're the guy responsible for that toffee that Art gives away?
That's our product. I'm not responsible for it. My granddaddy came up with it.
Oh my goodness!
But we're still selling it.
That stuff is good as the devil, man. That stuff is good.
Thank you. We make quite a bit. It's been an interesting and challenging year with all of the issues everybody else has faced in retail, and could be worse. I guess we could be in the restaurant business, and those poor guys are getting devastated.
Sure they are.
So order some takeout this weekend, folks. Support those guys.
Yeah, because probably in a month or two you won't be able to even get that. Hopefully not. But
well, we're on the downhill here in Colorado. Our spike's headed back down, so we've peaked.
That's good.
You know, that's good, and I don't discount COVID at all. But I am so sick and tired, of them exaggerating and just making this all blown out. They don't talk about the common cold this much. They don't talk about the flu this much. They don't talk about heart disease this much. More people have died of heart attacks this year than of COVID. I just wish they would bring everything onto an even keel and, Art, you ready to play music?
Yeah, I'm ready to go here. Hopefully
all right, here we go, Art.
Let me know if you hear anything. All right, let's... Number 1, guess this tune.
We don't hear it.
No?
You got to share sound.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Jingle bells.
Silent Night.
We just
Nope. So, did you guys hear anything?
No.
No?
That's why I said Silent Night.
Okay.
And everybody laughed. See, Art, you're the comedian. You're supposed to know.
Sound of silence. Yeah, that's. I don't know.
I think when you like Nelson,
Darn.
when you share, you have to share sound as well in the settings.
That's why. Okay, let me try that again. And okay, share screen, share audio. Okay, that's what I did. I'm sharing the audio. Facebook, and there's that. Okay, you can. All right, let's give her a try. Let's try that again.
Okay, we could
No?
hear it. Play it again.
Yeah.
Okay.
'Tis the season to be jolly.
Deck the hall.
Hey, winner, chicken dinner. Rick is a winner.
Rick,
Ron's a
Good,
winner.
Rick. Wow.
Don't
Good.
send me any toffee, Art.
All right, that is number 1. Here's number 2. Yeah, snip was going
Deck-
on when
deck the
I
hole.
was in a flower. Yeah, bongish, bongish.
Oh, come all ye faithful. Yes, right.
Jingle bells
Try
in
that
Russian.
again. That's number 2. Yeah, snip was going on when I was in a flower. Yeah, bongish, bongish.
Come all ye faithful.
Any guess in the...
Got some guesses.
No.
Nobody got it in the chat?
Anybody? God, these are like really popular songs. I mean, you should know this. All right, let's try number 3. Så gäsen vid oj, stäa surfe oj flinne. Så nina kyrvla, höj ner från där fader. Anybody?
No.
Anybody?
There's a bunch of chat guessing going on, Art. You seeing that roll?
Yeah, but ooh. You gotta name that song.
All right, one more time.
Give you a guess.
Rudolph.
Yeah, there you
All
go.
right.
All right. There you go.
All right, here's the third one. Or the last one.
Oh, come all ye faithful.
Bob Casey got it first.
Come all ye faithful. Yeah.
It sounds like it, but it's not it.
Oh.
Try
Rudolph.
it again.
Rudolph.
That was already played. Anybody?
Hark the
Anybody?
herald angels sing.
You guys are
Jeremiah
all over
was
the
a
place.
bullfrog in Russian.
That was White Christmas.
Well, now
All
if you'd
right.
have played it from Elvis, we'd have recognized it.
Yeah. Hey, Art.
Or Blue Christmas.
Yes,
I said-
Ron?
I sent you something. I don't know if you want to play it or not. It's from Saturday Night Live. It's about these three ladies that tell their mom they're not coming home for Christmas. My God, I about fell on the floor laughing. I don't know whether you want to share it or not.
Okay. Where'd you send that
I
to?
sent it by messenger.
Okay.
It is hysterical.
So you got some COVID chat going on down there, Arturo.
Okay. Let's.
You know, one of our friends lost their brother today, who's a doc at one of these hospitals, working with this stuff. And
Sorry.
I serve on a hospital board of directors, so I'm a little sensitive to the issue and maybe a little too close to it to be objective.
Sorry to hear that.
All right,
yeah,
here we go.
No good.
Whether you can enlarge it.
How do I?
Just click on it. It should open up.
There should be an enlarge button down there
Oh,
somewhere.
I know what happened. Hold on. Dang it.
Blue Christmas.
Is
So
that
did
Mel?
you record these yourself, Art?
Without you.
Share the audio. Let's.
Mel, I left your cup in New York. I'm sorry.
You left the cup in. Well, what good is it doing you up there, Ray? and you got the last one, man.
Dang it. That one's.
Are you gonna give up, Art?
Hold on.
Hey, Rick, you was that Highway 50 or 550 that's runs south out of you, out of Grand Junction?
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost made it to there last year. I heard it was a really beautiful scenic ride, but my trip got canceled.
That's a good drive down there through the San Juan Mountains and
Mm-hmm.
Telluride down into New Mexico, and yeah, that's pretty ground.
All right, here we go. We're gonna do it. Yeah. It kills me.
Now make it full screen.
Don't hear the audio.
Oh, dang it.
Oh, sorry, Art.
All right.
That's all right, Art.
Yeah.
We can do it again. You can do it. Come on.
Next.
Oh, man.
So is everybody excited that Santa is coming?
Santa? No. He got locked up this year.
So,
two cannibals talking over. Oh, what?
What? Any drones anybody wants for Christmas? Any?
Yeah, there's one I want, but I don't know if anybody's gonna get it for me. I want the new.
Which one do you want, Mel? Which one?
I want the new Mavic Advanced.
Oh, the one with the ward on the top?
Yeah.
That has
Except that comes separate. You got to buy that separate.
Oh.
The RTK unit is sold separately. But it's
That's
got
the one with the
it's got a
FLIR?
512 equivalent FLIR sensor, just like the XT camera. I did a big video comparing the two and all that.
Cool.
Jimmy J says he's ready. So these two cannibals sitting having a cup of coffee after dinner. They both just enjoyed a nice meal of clown. One turned to the other one and said, "You know, that was pretty good, but did it taste funny to you?"
Oh no,
Rick! Oh,
I knew it was coming. Oh boy. Well, Art, I'm gonna have to bail. I got some company coming over, and I got to
All right. Well, thanks
bone a
for
prime
coming
rib
in,
out.
and everybody. I'm glad everybody got to meet you. This is the guy that I get all that great toffee from.
Man, that's some good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all, and you guys all have a great time and a Merry Christmas. And don't crash your drones in the lake like some of my other friends. If you know what I mean.
Yep.
Rick,
And
do you
nice meeting
sell
you,
your
Rick.
stuff?
Same to you. Nice to meet you.
Rick, do you sell your stuff up in South Dakota?
We don't. All of our stuff's mail order. You know, we're primarily a mail order deal. We have local shops around the Denver metro area, and but you know, we do most of our business is actually mail order, and
Really?
you can find it there, but you don't want to try and do it for the rest of the week because we're covered up and the systems are slow, and we've had some employment issues with the disease and with the Wu flu, and so things are a little tense. But give us a look, and I'll keep giving Art a little product. Art buys a bunch, and I give him a little bit, and Art, Merry Christmas. Maybe check in with me tomorrow, and you can come over and get some food or something.
Sounds
Mr. Rick,
awesome. Thank you.
Art, you need to post a website for that and chat. People are wanting to know the website. People like Jimmy
okay,
J
we'll
and
do
stuff.
that.
Yeah. If you just Google Enstrom, Enstrom, there's going to be one of two things pop up: helicopters or Enstrom candies. But we'll pop up first, and it's in Grand Junction, and it's good meeting you guys. So take care.
Nice to meet
Merry
you, Rick.
Christmas. And
Yeah,
Art,
thank
I'll
you
see
for
you around
coming in, Rick.
campus, buddy. Okay? All right. See you guys later.
Take care. Talk to you tomorrow.
Take care, Rick.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Good night, Rick.
Night.
I don't know. Give one a try, Sunrise.
Rick, or not Rick, Art, 2 or 3 different people I've talked to today said they've been having trouble posting links on the live chats the last 2-3 days.
Oh?
Something with YouTube.
Yeah, it could be.
I've not seen any posted tonight. I don't know if anybody's posted any.
All right.
Were you able to get that thing to play, Art?
No. It just drove me crazy. Alrighty, so here's. Hopefully, this will put that in the chat. Here's the. Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Good. It's up there.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, it worked for the host last night on Matt's show, but no one else. So, does anybody see the link I posted?
No.
No, I didn't see yours, Mel.
No.
It was right above Art's.
Just now? Oh, there's ours. And do
Yeah.
not see yours.
I don't even see your name,
The
Mel.
chat line is Jimmy J should Sunrise. They should. Michael Blade, they haven't. And then my post of a video, and then Art's post of the Enstrom.
No.
I see Michael Blade,
Not
then
there.
Art.
And Sunrise posted a link that did not show up. It shows up to me. I can see it, but nobody in chat can see it.
Huh.
The only person right now, for some reason, that can post links in the chat is the host of the show. Maybe it's because a lot of people are giving the blue wrench to everybody that comes in their channel. Maybe that's overwhelming the system or something. I don't know. I don't have a complete theory on it.
Well, Dean just put a link to his channel. Anybody see that?
Nope.
Yeah, I see Dean's. Yes,
I see Dean's.
Oh, wait. Yep, I do see Dean's. But does it work? It's not. That's not a link.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's highlighted like yours.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, it's not a link. That's just the text.
Hmm.
But
Wow.
that takes away the link.
Uh-huh.
That makes it so it's not a link.
Hmm.
Let me try something.
Yeah, like Michael Blade says, it's not a highlighted link.
So I'm going to put at my name, and then I'm going to put a space, and then I'm going to hit the link and see what that does.
Yep, it's there now, Mel.
Okay, you guys, there's the trick. I typed in my name, my at, and then I did 2 spaces, and then I posted the link. And it seems to be a hot link, so it'll work.
Okay.
Oh, okay, cool.
Hmm.
Ah,
So
that
there's a
sounds
hack, boys and
Oh.
girls.
Hmm.
Cool, cool, cool.
And
It was
Art, just to let you
Dean.
know,
I'm sorry, Ray. It was Dean that got us
No.
started on that little idea, so Dean gets credit too.
Oh, there you go.
Yep,
Yes,
Steve
Ray.
Mack just put up a link.
Yep, and it's hot, so it's good. So that's a trick,
Mm.
guys. Type
Oh.
type at your own name, and then a couple of spaces, and then the link.
There. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I just look at it this way. Get accustomed to things being taken away from you.
Hmm.
I wanted to tell you, Art, that I posted a fishing video yesterday. Kayaking
Oh.
and fishing video.
Oh, I'll have to go check that out after the show here. Cool.
Still didn't work, Dean. Ray, was that the video I watched where the guy was trying to fish and kept inverting the kayak like a submarine?
No, it was some kids that were kayaking. They just came back to the dock. They went out for a paddle, and then they didn't go overboard or nothing. No, they came back safely. And then my neighbor's daughter caught a nice fish, and you got to watch it to see what kind of fish.
Well, hopefully James from My PI Dream will pop in. He usually comes in the second hour. He's probably having his famous waffles right now.
Oh.
He's got his pool all finished, and he got the inflatable duck from Rick Halber in the pool. And the dogs didn't seem to like it, though. They kept barking at it.
Well, guys, I'm going to tell everybody good evening. I got things I got to get back to doing.
All right.
And,
Well, thank you for popping
thanks for coming in.
And speaking of My PI Dream, James is here. Welcome
James,
to the show,
and good evening,
James.
Well, good morning, everybody.
Hey,
Magandang
James.
Umaga.
See all you guys.
Okay, good night, Mel.
Magadang
Thanks,
Gabi.
What? Did we just lose Mel?
Mel had to skedaddle. He had some, I think, some editing to do. Well,
Oh.
James, you just missed it. My good friend Rick Enstrom was here a little bit, and he's the guy that I get the great almond toffee that I've been sending to everybody who wins on the toffee trivia, which we will do in 1 minute.
Well, I did catch him just at the end. Ness and I were eating our waffles, and by the way, the waffles were really good this
Ooh.
morning. These are leftovers.
Yeah.
We will freeze and we'll have for another morning. But I did hear Rick talking, and so I did, and I was about to throw a comment in there, or a question, and ask him, does he ship to the Philippines?
He probably does, but it'll take you probably about a month to get there.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't come in Philippine Post, we're okay. A-okay. Do you know we have FedEx and UPS over here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I saw it. As my friend Ness, what you got something, right? You received a delivery?
Here, where?
Yeah, she just got some dinnerware that she ordered, I think, on Amazon. Amazon. And I saw the UPS truck in the brown and gold letters, and I said, UPS. Wow.
Awesome. All right, hold that thought. It is time for Toffee Trivia. All right, since this is a Christmas show, it is time we got a Christmas Toffee Trivia. All righty. Everybody in the chat, tell me, when did Santa's suit turn red? Because it wasn't always red. Bet you didn't know that. All right, chat. You guys in the chat, that was your trivia question. When did Santa's suit turn red?
1862.
No.
Wait a minute. No?
No, it was 1903. Nope.
No?
Everybody's out there doing the Google
1862.
thing.
Yeah, that's a good one, Jimmy J. When the color TV came out.
No, that was before color TV. Not quite
1868.
right. Nope, not 68, not 1868, not 1968.
Huh. I just saw a thing that said, when did Santa get his red suit? And it said 1868.
Nope. When did it become red? Because it wasn't always red. It was tan for a long time, and then it was blue, and well, Jim, I want the date. What year did it become red? James, or Jim, from Above and Beyond. Michael Blade is the winner, 1931.
All right. Congratulations, Michael.
All right, I don't know if Michael, I don't know if he's ever won. So, Michael Blade, if you would email me your address, I will give you mine.
Ray, let me know what you think of
You're
that little
gonna
video.
enjoy those toffee.
All right, Art, you gotta give us a little bit more here. You got 1931. So why did
I
it
got it.
go to red?
It was
You got it?
okay.
Oh.
Ray knows. Do you know what it is, Ray? Okay, well, I will.
I didn't catch the.
It was Coca-Cola who changed the colors to red as part of their advertisement. Oh, okay, Michael Blade. Okay, I'll catch you on
I should have
that.
known that, Art, because I went to the Coca-Cola headquarters in Georgia, in Atlanta.
I like that. It went red after I stabbed him coming through the front door. So how's the pool doing, James? Taking a swim yet?
A couple, but not too many, because we had another typhoon yesterday. So
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
yeah, well, it didn't really hit us so much. We got a lot of the rain. The typhoon mainly went through Visayas, and but we got a lot of rain off of that. But yeah, it's all done. I actually you haven't seen me probably in the last couple of days, because I'm getting catch up. Because remember, it's 61 days of the pool construction bill.
Wow.
So yesterday I worked on some rock speaker. I brought a rock speaker package from the U.S. and one of them wasn't working, so I tore the actual speaker actually went bad on the inside. So I got to work in the workshop down in the basement during the bad weather. Also went through a kidney stone. That's one other reason I wasn't online. Yeah, for some reason, I don't know what it is. Since I came over to the Philippines, this is the second time. I went to the hospital last year, right downtown, and
Wow.
they did some X-rays and MRI and everything like that. And I had
Could it be the
two kidney
coconut
stones. Yeah, it could be. It could be. I don't know. Well, I don't drink the well water here, because the well water here is high in calcium and
Right.
stuff like that. And plus, I have the filters, but we buy bottled water, so I don't think it's that. I don't know what the problem is. And then when I went back to the U.S. last year, I went to the VA hospital and had to have a recheck on it, and they're like, "Yep, you still got them. You just need to keep." They were so small, under like 5 millimeters or something like that, and they said all you can do is just try to flush them out. So, but again, last week, right at the day after the completion of the swimming pool, the day after, when I wanted to start enjoying the pool, I had another one in my left kidney, but it seems to be okay now. I tried to avoid going to the hospital.
Yeah.
Just kept drinking a lot of water and got some cranberry juice. But the pool looks great. It is doing good. I did my first cleaning from the instructions that the pool company gave me, and it's crystal clear. Playing
Great.
around with some of the settings on the ball valves and all on there. I am really happy with these guys. I am really happy. And then, did you see I put everybody wanted to know, how much did it cost? How much did the pool
Yeah, I
cost
saw
for-
that.
Because it's pretty elaborate. It's pretty elaborate with all the stonework these guys did. These guys did some crazy detailing and stonework, and then to see the prices, what people are telling me online, what it would cost, what they would expect in the U.S. particularly, yeah, and even
Yeah.
in the Philippines. I think I got a really good deal, because when they based the proposal for us, the proposal was, I think, based kind of like just on standard stuff, not with all this extra stuff that they put on here.
Mhm.
And so I'm real happy with the price. Yeah.
Great. So, have you found any critters floating around in your pool yet?
Worms. You know, we have our backyard is so full of earthworms, and it's nothing like the earthworms in the U.S. Nothing. If you're a fisherman, you would be in hog heaven out here. I'm going to tell you, the worms are about this long,
Wow.
and they're a little bit thinner than my pinky finger, but that's fat. That's really fat.
Wow.
Yeah, but they're here. But what they do is they've been crawling up in the area where the grass and the soil meet the lower section, because our property is a little tilted. On one side, there's no way they can't climb up the wall, but the other side, that must be where they're getting in. And when I cleaned it the last time I was telling you, I found 3 huge earthworms in the bottom. I just got the net and I pulled them out. So I
Right.
expect I'm gonna have to check every few days.
Hey, we have Hope now. Chris is here. Chris Hope, all the way from Texas. So, no lizards yet, James?
No. Marianne does a pretty good job. You know, Marianne, our blonde dog, she does a pretty good job. If there's any lizards, all you have to do is say the word lizard, and she alerts. Oh, she alerts. And what she does, I don't know if this is politically correct, but she goes in there and she rips the tail off of the lizard, and then she takes the body, and she takes her little teeth, and she takes her little paws, and she pushes them down, And I think she eats the eyeballs out of the lizards. But she takes a real long time. I hope nobody's eating right now while I'm talking about this. But she takes a real long time, and she just sits there and she plays with it. The first thing she does, she rips the tail off. She cares nothing about the tail. And then the lizard will try to run away, and she takes her paw and she slams it and she pulls it back to her. She plays with it. They'll try to run away, she does it and comes back. Then when she gets tired of that, then she starts going tiny chewing, and then eventually the eyeballs come out, and then she gets tired of it. And then I have to clean up all the lizards, because they're all over the house. They come inside the house, on the walls, all over the place. So I'm constantly cleaning up, because in the Philippines, there's so many critters here. There's so many critters and insects and reptiles, and it's everything like that. And so what happens if
snakes? Snakes?
Lots of snakes. Oh yeah, snakes. Yeah, the snakes here too. But the thing is, she alerts on the snakes too, but she's smart enough to know instinctively to alert on it, let us know it's there, but don't get too close, and do what she does with everything else. If we have a field mouse that comes, it's farmland here. If a field mouse comes around, she'll kill the field mouse. She'll kill it, and then she'll just leave it there in the yard for me to have to throw across out in the garbage. But she alerted one time. We had a snake made it into our basement, because in the Philippines they don't do like in the U.S. In the U.S., all of our doors are sealed. We have like a rubber seal. We have a threshold, a rubber seal, right. And there's really not a lot that can really get in around those. And the way we build in the U.S. But over here, they don't do thresholds. They don't do any seals around the doors. Most of the time, when they set the door, then the construction over here is pretty bad most of the time, and it'll be really thin at one area of a crack, and at the other end you have a 1/4 inch of a crack at the other end, and it's all open. There's really no, so it's really easy. So we were in the basement one night. We were sitting there, and Ness and I were in the room that we kind of made a home theater, and we're watching, and that's also where our band setup is. And our band setup has a mixer and our speakers and our amps and lots of microphone cables. All these black microphone cables all curled up, right next to the mixer. And then we let Mary Ann every night. She comes in with us every night. It's kind of her reward for doing all this, catching all these critters and stuff. So she says, and then she starts alerting on my microphone cables. I'm like, why is she alerting on the microphone cables? And it was dark because it's watching a movie. And then I looked a little bit closer, and one of the microphone cables was moving. But she kept alerting on it, but she wouldn't get close enough to it. So then I was able to get rid of it myself. But she's pretty smart.
You gotta watch out for the cobras down there too.
That was a cobra. I later found out. Yeah, we don't normally get cobras here. Cobras are a native snake in this area, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty venomous. But as a matter of fact, what I did was when I killed the snake. Okay, I killed the snake. When I did, I took the head and I opened it up and I pulled back the fangs, and it had the fangs inside there, and because we've had other ones before, and the other snakes that are around here, they don't have fangs. They're like, they just go to get the insects and things like that.
Right.
They're non-venomous.
You should have made a video, James, about that.
Well, if I'd known you were going to bring up the topic, I would have copied over my picture. I have them on my phone inside the kitchen.
Oh,
and I could share it. Maybe next time we'll do that.
I want to say hello to Gerald Farms. He said he got my Christmas card I sent him. Well, thank you. All right. Okay. So, yeah, any birds there? I'm kind of curious what kind of birds you have down there. Any pretty birds, kind of like what they have in Australia?
Oh my goodness, the birds here are so beautiful. And they're like, the tropical kind of birds that you see when you're normally thinking about island life. And
right.
We have in our backyard, we have 3 birds. Well, there's like 4 birds I see all the time. And one looks just like a common sparrow. That's what's all over our house. They're all over, and they make a mess all over our house. I'm constantly cleaning behind them. But we also have, and the sparrow type birds that we have here, they're not shy. They'll just hang around everywhere around here. But the ones that are really shy are the beautiful ones, the real beautiful ones. We have these blue, really bright, like the color of my light colored tile inside the pool. But they have these long, really long beaks. They're about this long, real pointed and really long. And they normally travel in pairs. I imagine it's a male and a female. They sit in the top of the coconut trees here. They'll perch on top of the raised bed garden. We have a little place for the grapevines and all. They'll perch up there. But as soon as they see you, boom, they're up. But they're absolutely beautiful. And then we have another one that's really bright yellow, all bright, and it looks like the tropical birds that you normally see.
Wow.
So we have really.
Michael Blade's asking, what about parrots?
I haven't seen any parrots. I have not seen any parrots. If you look at our Palawan video, and we went down by El Nido. If you look at that video, we went to one of these parks. It's an alligator park, but it was like sort of like a zoo, and there were a lot of those exotic birds inside.
Hey,
the parrots.
We got Oz by Drone, Greg Coonert in the chat. Welcome. Hey, Greg, you are welcome to pop in if you want to jump in.
All right, I'm going to pop out. And
all right, Ron. Well, thanks for chatting up a storm there.
Yeah, good to see you guys.
Hey, take care, Ron.
Good to see you, Ron. I'll look at that. I'll look at the video later. I'll let you know.
It's a hoot. I've watched it 10 times now. But is it James? Yeah, nice to meet you.
Same here, Ron.
Yeah, and you guys. So if I don't see you, have a nice Christmas, and everybody have a nice weekend.
Yeah, Merry
all
Christmas.
right, you do the same, Ron. Take care.
Take care.
Ron,
Good night, Ron.
is from Rapid City, South Dakota. He's a EMT.
Brr.
Yeah.
Brr. I tell you, I keep hearing, a lot of times I hear the guys that are coming on your channel there, and they're like, oh yeah, I live someplace where it's like 35 degrees below zero and things like that. I'm like, I think the coldest we ever get here, 72. I think about 72 is about the coldest we get. All year.
Hey, we got
Hiya, Bill, Coast to Coast Drones.
Yeah, that's Bill Thomas. He's married to a Filipina. That's his channel. And they live out in Everett, Washington.
Yeah, hopefully Greg will be able to pop in. I
Yeah,
was supposed to.
I
I was
we'll
supposed
see
to
if
pop
I
in
can-
on his show one day, but there was some kind of a scheduling problem or something that was going on here that I
Right.
couldn't get in or something like that. So I'll try to catch him other time. He's got a really interesting show.
I'm getting much better at reading the chat and welcoming people now. I couldn't do it at the beginning. It took me a long time to type and read the chat and talk.
Right.
Ray, are you the moderator? Are you like Ed
He's
McMahon?
our interim moderator right now. I am trying to find...
Unofficial moderator.
I am clicking on the...
Well, where's Mike today? Where's Mike?
Mike, which Mike?
GFO
Which Mike?
drone.
Oh, yeah, GFO
Oh, yeah.
drones, yeah. I sent him a link, and I don't know where he is.
Well, he works sometime during
I think
during your showtime.
Yeah, he's probably jammed up at the hospital.
Well, I heard you talking earlier.
I wonder what happened to Chris.
Yeah, Chris Hope was here, and then he disappeared. He wasn't...
Yeah, I didn't see any video on him. And did you hear when he came in? I heard this hum, like a 60-cycle hum going on in the background. Maybe he's having some computer difficulties or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he was in his truck, and I think he was probably heading home
Yeah.
from where from his cows. He's got a little spread where he's got some cows and he's racing. Okay, Greg Coonard. Okay, got him in the chat. Let's see if that's not.
Oh
Dang it. Oh.
I was so excited today. Santa came through the neighborhood, all the neighborhoods in the village here today on the back of a fire truck. And we were waiting and waiting and waiting for Santa. And then about 2.5 hours later, he finally showed up.
That's a New York thing. I don't know if they do that in a lot of other places. I remember when I was growing up in Elmont, that was always exciting when Santa came on the back of the fire truck through all the neighborhoods.
My neighborhood in New York does it too. Yep, they do. Fire truck.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Everybody respects. We respect all of our firefighters around, but there's a special affinity to firefighters in New York. I noticed that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Well, out by me, I'm out on Long Island, James. You know, Long Island has mostly volunteer firefighters.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, who's that comedian? His brother was a firefighter. Oh God, I'm trying to remember his name. Oh, hey, let's welcome all the way from the land down under. It is Greg Coonert, Oz by Drone. Welcome, welcome, Greg.
G'day, mate. How you doing?
Hello, Greg. Long time no see.
Hey, Greg. How you doing,
Hey,
Greg?
James. Hey, Ray. Spectacular. It's another day in paradise.
Yeah.
Always. Although I'm looking a little bit low. I think I need to... There we go.
There you go. So did you catch my friend Rick Enstrom, the candy guy?
Did I catch him? No. I just came in just now.
Oh, all right. Yeah, he's the guy that I get my toffee that I send out to all of my friends in the States.
Uh-huh. Well, you've got to think global, you know. What can I say?
But they do have a website if you want to order some of their candy. It's like really top shelf stuff.
Fair
Really
enough.
good.
Well, since we have the expert, a couple of the experts, maybe even three of the experts here for drones, I overheard earlier that I think it was Mel that said if he could get a drone, he was saying something about a new DJI Maverick Advance, something like that. Was it Mel that was talking about that, or?
Yeah, I think he was talking about that.
What's
It's the one with
it-
the FLIR camera on it?
Ah.
Yeah, I heard something about DJI specifically using Chinese technology rather than the FLIR camera. It's not actually a FLIR one. They're changing their manufacturing sourcing potentially in advance of the stuff that's recently happened with the ban or the blacklist or whatever you want to call it.
So what are they using FLIR for on their cameras?
It's infrared for search and rescue.
Searching, hotspots.
Search and rescue, but also for
the consumer
things
market.
like for farming.
Yeah.
So the Philippines would have a lot of use for some of that technology, working out which crops need watering and which don't, which ones are healthy. I don't know the details of how and why it can differentiate those things, but apparently it can. I'm not a botanist, so yeah.
So I'm going to ask you, Greg, because you're pretty much on top of the latest news. Art might know, maybe Ray. If for 2021, what would be your pick for your number one drone if you were buying in 2021?
just because my existing Phantom series drone is not a Mark II, I'd get the Mark II, just simply because I'd want to have OcuSync instead of Lightbridge.
Yeah.
And the second reason for picking that is mechanical shutter on the Phantom series is unmatched in the consumer market, unless you want to go and spend big bucks.
So this is Phantom. You're talking about Phantom?
Yeah.
I thought they were phasing out the Phantom.
Look, there's been rumours that they're going to kill it for a long time, and then there's rumours that there's a Phantom 5 around the corner from time to time. There's nothing concrete about a Phantom 5 at the moment, but...
The Mavic 3.
Well, the Mavic 3 is actually available now. You realise that, don't you?
No.
Oh, is
You
that
can
the,
actually-
Who has
Air 2?
access to that?
You do if you want to buy it. So there's a custom board available from No Limit Drones to replace the main board inside a Mavic 2, and the new board takes away all of the things that DJI try to stop you from doing. Now, I don't want to get into the politics of why you would want to do that, but there are some valid reasons. But it certainly gives you a lot more flexibility in playing around with it.
Well, you have an episode, one of your live streams, where I think the person that does that, his company.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. That was really interesting. But he was saying it was backlogged because he had so many orders that had come in about the time that you aired
Correct.
that. Yeah.
Correct.
It's tough to get it.
It is tough to get it, but it is possible. You just got to get on a back order list. But they've also got a limited supply of Mavic 2 Enterprise boards. Now, that could be interesting. I don't know, and I haven't asked him, of the differences in the Mavic Enterprise series other than the board. I don't know the other components, the form factor of what's different there. But that could be interesting as well.
Well,
But anyway.
I think the reason I ask you is because I think I'm going to be in the market in 2021. We actually have a scheduled visit to go back to the U.S. Hopefully, everybody's getting their vaccinations, and we can go back and get our vaccine. Because I think we'll be able to get our vaccination a lot quicker on a trip back to the U.S. than we would be here inside the Philippines. I don't know when their availability and how they're going to do distribution up here. I haven't.
Yeah,
had
but
any
Duterte is basically saying he wants to let other people be the guinea pigs. He doesn't want to have the legal liability of giving out vaccines and then have something go wrong and have to pay out compensation. So that's his excuse.
Well, what I'm getting at is I'm expecting that we'll be able to travel. They lifted a lot of the travel restrictions coming in to the Philippines now, allowing foreigners to come in now where they were all restricted before. So we'll be able to that's the reason why we didn't travel back to the U.S., because if we went to the U.S., we wouldn't be able to come back home. This is our home here.
Sure.
But now they've changed those rules at the 9th of December, I believe it was. So we scheduled a trip, and I'll be in the market. I want to do an upgrade because I had a close call. I don't know if you saw the last episode that I had on. I was invited on ArtCo. I think it was last week.
Yeah, it was last.
And I showed when drone meets high power tension cables, what the results can be. So luckily I recovered my drone, and it's still flying.
But let me ask you a question though, James. What do you want to do with it? You said you want to know which one to get. What do you want to do with it?
I want to do what I do now for the vlogging. And I want to have a little bit more higher quality cinematography kind of things. I want a little bit more options, and I want distance, and I want time. I want the best.
And your existing is which one? Phantom 4.
Phantom 4 Pro Plus. I have it's the one that comes with its own.
But
controller.
it's not the V2.
It's not the V2, no.
Yeah.
Because it's not OcuSync.
I know.
I want the OcuSync.
That's what you need for you. I know the type of stuff you do, and I know you'd love that. And speaking of No Limit Drones that I mentioned before, and they do support my show, but there's a new feature available. So there's CE, which is for Europe, Australia, and all of that kind of stuff. I don't know what Philippines has. Then there's FCC. then there's an existing mode which is called Boost mode, and he's now got a new one in there called Boost Plus. So that's a new feature in there as well. So previously Boost increased the signal, but that was only in one direction. I can't remember if it was, I think it was bird to controller. But now you've got controller to bird as well. So you've got both directions at a higher power output. Now, standard disclaimers, technically speaking, you need licensing to get power levels that high and all of those kind of things. I'm not going to get into the legalities of that, but from a drone stability and safety perspective, if you're doing some flying and you want to make sure you've got a rock steady signal, if you are able to use that kind of capability, that will make it rock steady and longer distance possibilities.
Well, I can't go too much. I can't. I got. You've seen the distances that I pushed the Phantom 4 here, and especially on that one video for the volcano, the 1 month after the eruption here at Tal.
You would be able to circumnavigate Tal.
Well, it's not so much as the distance.
The battery.
It's the battery. That's my limitation right there. Because when I brought that one back, it came back with 1%.
Yeah.
And it was controlled descending to land the whole way back, or about half the way back into the lake, when that one was coming into recovery, and I struggled to get that back. So
I'm trying to remember. I remember that video. Did you have a headwind coming back?
No, that one was actually the very last one where I engaged inside the volcano itself. That was pretty good. It was about rock steady with the wind going there and coming back. The one where I titled it something about almost dropped my drone in the lake or something like that. That was the one where going out to Tal, I had a lot of tailwind, and I had a lot of headwind coming back, and I miscalculated on that one. And that's the second. I had two big scares, and they both had to do with Tal.
But are they new batteries as well, or are they older ones?
I think they were the original batteries. Yeah.
Okay, so if they're original batteries, they may not have been the high capacity ones as well. So that's the other factor. And if they're original, they don't have their original capabilities. Anyway, you get the idea.
Well, that's something I'll also do when I go, because it's tough to buy the batteries over here. They're always out of stock. The only place you get is like 1 or 2 stores in Manila that cover the DJI batteries that I've been able to find so far. And the real everything is really expensive when it comes to that type of technology over here.
Have you looked on Lazada?
Yeah, I looked on Lazada.
Yeah.
And then again, you don't never know what you're going to get from Lazada though. Well, you don't know because there's so I'm not bashing Lazada, but I kind of am. But I will tell you because I'm honest.
Lazada is nothing more than a classified listing. It's the individual stores that you go to that you've got to trust.
I tell the good, bad, and ugly of everything over here, but I say I tell it honestly. Yeah. And for living in the Philippines, Lazada is one of the best things for anybody in the consumer market in the Philippines right now. Unfortunately, what you just said about who the vendors are that provide sales on the Lazada platform, some of them they're not so honest. They're not so honest. They don't sell you the correct product. Sometimes they'll send you something they know is broken. They'll package it and they'll send it to you, thinking that they're not going to return it. Some of their
kind of the Filipino version of Wish.com.
Yeah, maybe. So they're not.
Okay. Yep.
They're the closest thing to Amazon that we have over here. I mean, we have Shopee, we have Ubuy, we have several of those type of platforms, but Lazada is the best. And we order. I tell you, we order from Lazada 2 or 3 times a week. It's as a matter of fact, last night I just ordered. I was telling Art, we just got done with our pool build here. And I'm doing some catch-up work on some maintenance things. One has to do with some of our yard rock speakers for music in the backyard. And I have a speaker that was bad, so I was able to go and order a replacement speaker. I was able to order all the little some electronics things that back up my supply of electronic solder and things like that. And they're fast. Not as fast as Amazon, but they're fast, and they're getting
Yeah,
better.
they don't have drones yet. But anyway, speaking of your pool, though, I got a favour to ask. My parents have got addicted to watching your pool build.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Look, it would buzz. It would buzz then if you just said hello to Norman Jan the next time you're doing anything to do with your pool.
All right, hold on. Let me put that in my shout out. Normally I don't normally do shout outs.
But these
Norm?
are
Norm?
octogenarians, so you know they deserve it.
Okay, hold on.
Norman Jan.
Norman Jen.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've
That's your
never asked
mom and
someone
dad,
to.
huh?
Yeah, that's my mum and dad. So you know they're in their 80s and they've been to the Philippines as well. Their
Okay,
experience.
I'll try to get it. I'll try to get it in. And the reason I'm gonna do that is because I got several people, and I tell people all the time that we don't normally do anything but birthdays, anniversaries, and OFW recognition on here. But sometimes I feel compelled. And I received a really lovely email from a family. And they have I forgot where they're, somewhere in the U.S. I believe, but they have family in Rosario, which is the town that we go where we get all of our landscaping stuff. I normally go to Edgar's plant nursery, and I highlighted him several times on our channel. But they sent me this really very, very nice email and saying so many nice things. And they said, can you give a shout out to, I think their mom and dad also. So what I'll do is I'll try to combine these out of out of the norm kind of things, and I'll use an excuse to do that as well. But it doesn't take a lot to make somebody smile by doing things like that.
They will be tickled pink. They're enjoying it.
And
they love the construction stuff, you know,
Yeah.
how that was going on overall.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy.
James, can I ask you a question? Not to change the subject, but
Sure.
how far are you away from Subic Bay?
Oh, long way. It's probably, if I had to drive, because from here to Manila is about, on a good day, no traffic, an hour and a half. But that's when everything kind of, when you go north of Manila, as soon as you go north of Manila, it becomes more difficult on a lot of the driving up there. So I'm just going to make just a guess, maybe 3 to 5 hours.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's far.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But you have family up there?
Friends. We met a server on a cruise ship years ago, and we friended each other, and we keep in touch with her, and she keeps us informed of the cruise industry.
Ray, it's so easy to do because, you know, I'm going to say probably about 80% of the service workers on the cruise lines are Filipino.
Yeah.
And
Right.
and Ness and I, when we lived in the States, we were frequent travelers on cruises. And
Yeah.
I've had
And
family
we're-
members working on the cruises. It's
the
very popular.
And Ness and I, we kind of, our background is we come a little bit as a sideline from the entertainment area. We play music. We had live bands. We played over in
okay.
Korea and in the U.S. We had our own bands. And what we often do, because most of the entertainers on board the cruise lines, they're Filipino, and they're so talented. Oh,
They are so good at copying, and I don't say that in a negative way. That I say that in a positive way, down to imitating the accent, the tone of the voice, the way.
Everything.
You know what I'm saying? It's just incredible.
Absolutely, and they're so good. They kind of put me to shame. They make me. I'm like, because when I play music, I play music the way I feel, the way I want to do it. I don't go by the exact. And it's
No,
like
you
you
just-
said.
what
It's
you
like
feel.
you said. If you closed your eyes and you listen to a Filipino band playing a foreigner song or Journey, especially Journey with the lead
Yeah.
singer being Filipino, if you close your eyes, you think you're listening to the CD. That's how close it is inside like that. I'm lazy when it comes to my music. I don't really study that hard. If I kind of am in the area, I'm having fun. That's what matters to me. But my wife Ness, she gets so angry at me sometimes because if
You change it up a little bit.
I change it up. If I ad lib, I go in a different direction, and she doesn't do that. When she studies just like Filipinos do here in country. She downloads every one of the tabs. She listens to the original, and she can't vary. She has a problem. She has a real problem varying from the exact song from beat to beat inside there. So she gets angry.
What do you play?
The style of music.
What do you
the
play?
Instrument. Oh, I play the guitar.
Okay, I play keys. So when I'm next over there.
We're looking for a keyboard player. Actually, right now we're looking for a keyboard player when all this opens back up again, because we have a Filipino for a drummer. It's actually the guy that installed all the glasswork for us, the custom glasswork in our house. We found out that he drums, and he's become a very good friend of ours, Kit Sanchez. And then
so you've got a bunch of musicians and the drummer.
Well, just the three of us right now. Just the three. It's my wife plays the bass. Thank you for that.
Drama jokes. Anyway.
So yeah, it's just the three of us. Ness plays the bass. I play the guitar. Sometimes Ness and I will swap. I'll take the bass and she'll go over to the guitar portion. She's a studied. I'm not studied. I learn music just by listening to it, and I just kind of play. I kind of wag. You know the term wagging it. I don't know what if that has a different meaning in Australia.
Wagging means to get out of school and not go to school.
It could kind of apply. But wagging for us is just it's basically you just kind of do what you feel is right. You do what you don't go. You're not strict by the original theme of the song. So
yeah.
Tento's he plays the tape recorder.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're looking for
it'll be fun to play
player.
next time I'm over there, but it might be a while.
Yeah.
But speaking of musos, I don't know if you heard Art on my show this weekend. John Morrison, who is my co-host, he was up on the Northern Beaches. I don't know if you've heard the news about what's happening in Sydney, but Northern Beaches is our first COVID cluster in a while, and apparently the person who used the microphone just before him at the club where the COVID cluster started has been diagnosed. So now he's waiting for the tests, and the microphone, after it was used at that venue, then went to a nursing home. So they're testing all of them as well.
Boy.
Boy.
Yeah. So hopefully John's going to be all right, but we'll find out in the next little while.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
But your Phantom, definitely Phantom 4 Pro V2. But the question is, how is that going to play out with all of the new restrictions and being on the entity list for DJI? A lot of people have commented on this, and the whole idea of exporting of technology doesn't just mean semiconductor chips and physical parts. It also means designs and patents. So, for example, encryption algorithms that are designed and built in the US that are standardized, if they're using them in their products, they can't use them anymore.
You mean patent?
Yeah. And a lot of people... Oh, shut up. And a lot of people haven't worked that out yet. And hypothetically, the people who own those, let's say it's an RSA algorithm, hypothetically, if the US department, whatever it is, goes over to RSA and say you put a cease and desist notice on DJI, then the next thing you know, their existing software is dead and cannot be used. So it's an interesting time that we live in, understanding how all that's going to play out.
Well, 2021, I think you're going to see a lot of changes here in the U.S.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to be for the better, though.
Well, I'm not going to comment on your choice of leader. Let's not go there. But interestingly, this whole thing with DJI, I think, was actually started in Australia. I don't know. Yeah, I know. So we've been having a bit of a trade war with China, and it all started when we said, China, you need to have an independent inquiry and have third-party international government, third-party international task force come and find out exactly how, where and why it started and what happened with the outbreak. And China didn't like being told that. And we've been having a trade war ever since. They've been blocking some beef, some sheep, some barley, some wine. More recently, they've stopped using our coal. They've got 70 ships full of coal sitting off the coast at the moment waiting to dock into China. And the weird thing about it is that all of a sudden they've reached their winter and they've had millions and millions and millions of people without power because there's a coal shortage now. But they've got the ships off the coast anyway, so that's what's happening over in China. But then, as a result of all of this, we went to the Five Eyes Alliance. I don't know if you've heard of that term before.
No.
You have? Okay, so the Five Eyes Alliance is Australia, US, Canada, New Zealand.
I'm Air Force.
Okay, and UK. And we went to our alliance partners and said, hey, it's time to turn up the screws. We can't do this by ourselves. And short time later is when this was announced. I think they were probably already looking at it, but maybe sped it up a little bit as a result of that request. So anyway, there's the kind of backstory that I think's happening.
I don't know, Greg, if I told you, I've deployed to your country before.
Okay.
I do joint training exercises with the Australian Air Force down in Perth.
Okay.
Yeah, I did that. When I was active duty. So beautiful. Perth, beautiful, beautiful place, and very beautiful, wonderful people there. Very kind people there.
Whole country. You got to come back. Come to Sydney.
I definitely will.
James, Steve from JSK Enterprises giving you a compliment that you.
I saw that. I was waiting.
Great.
Yeah. Thanks so much. Thanks so very much. I saw that. I was waiting to get a break to give him a thanks on that. Yeah. You know, while we're talking on the subject about, and I know the political and that's Art's other channel when he starts getting to that stuff. And this isn't really a political statement or anything like that. But earlier in the episode, you were talking about problems with YouTube and things that you had some issues, maybe with URL links or email links or something like that. I don't know if you were aware, but earlier this week, Google, I don't know if they got hacked. I don't know. There was a major, very major problem, and it was right when they were doing all the talk about the Russian cyber attacks that we were having, and it was all about the same time. And
we've spoken about this.
Did you?
Yeah, you know the root cause of that.
I'm listening.
Okay, so I want to rewind a little bit before the Google impact and talk about another impact. There was a adult-centric website that MasterCard and Visa all of a sudden said, we're not going to process your transactions anymore. And I don't know the background behind that, but anyway, so all of a sudden, everyone who's uploading their adult-centric content wasn't uploading it there anymore, and all of a sudden it's going to Google. And rather ironically, Google, the root cause, and they've publicly admitted it, is they ran out of disk space on some of their servers, which caused that outage. So I'm joining the two together for a humor value, but it's amusing.
I don't think it has anything to do with that, Greg. I think it has to do with Art uploading these 3-hour live stream events, and I think that's what's crashing all of Google's servers. I think that's what it is.
That could be it. Did I tell you I found out the reason why?
Listen, Art. Let me just say thank you, Art, for inviting me in. I have to go right now.
All
I'm
right.
being paid.
Greg, good to see you.
And-
Thanks for coming in.
And Greg, good seeing you and James and everybody in
Same-
the chat.
See you, Ray.
And if I don't see
Oh,
you, have a Merry Christmas. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
always
take
a
care,
pleasure.
Ray.
Ray.
Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
night.
Did I tell you I found the reason why my videos weren't getting monetized properly? Did you hear about that one?
No, do explain.
So you know how a while back YouTube introduced something where if you're uploading a video, it asks you a bunch of questions. Do you have this? Do you have that? And when you turn on monetization.
Yeah.
And that's working fine. You self-evaluate, and if you don't lie on any of those, they trust you and your videos won't get blocked. For live streaming, when they activated that at first, it wasn't available for live streaming. But subsequently, they turned it on for live streaming when you create a live stream event. What I didn't know is that week after week, I'm use this as a template to create a new event, and it's already showing as monetized, but the questions are not answered. So I hadn't told them that, no, I'm not having any nudity or whatever all of the answers to the questions are on there, and therefore they didn't trust me, and therefore they said, well, your videos are not suitable for most advertisers. Too bad, so sad.
Oh.
That's why.
Oh, now you weren't able to go back into those videos?
Yeah, but I had been appealing it week after week after week after week, not knowing that that was the root cause. And the problem is that during the initial live stream and upload, it wasn't probably getting promoted as well as it would have otherwise been if it was deemed to be suitable for most advertisers.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I will tell you right now, one of the best things you can get is where YouTube advertises. They feature you. They featured, or what's the term? There's a term that they have. There's like different categories. You get it from the home page, from subscribers, all different. But recommends. YouTube recommends. Whenever I get YouTube recommends, it's like 75 to 80, 75 to 78 maybe % of my views come in from YouTube recommends. That's when you see my videos that are usually between 10 and 20,000 within the first few days.
I'd love
Yeah,
that.
you'll get that. When YouTube recommends. If it does, if they don't do a recommended, I don't know what they base. I don't know what algorithm that they use to determine that this is something that their audience and advertisers should be interested in. I don't know what they do. So.
Now I've got a question. When you get revenue from YouTube, how do you get paid? Does it go into your bank? Do you get a check?
Yeah,
No.
goes into your bank.
It goes right into your bank account. You have to give them the routing number and the account
Okay.
number, and it goes. It works very good.
All right. My other question is, how do I go into AdSense to make sure that the bank is correct? Because I don't want all my revenue going to an account that closed a long
An
time
account in the Cayman Islands.
Yeah, that.
Well, there's two things with Google, and one is Google AdSense. That's what you should have a link to go to Google
Right.
AdSense. That'll have your account information. That will have your channel information, and that's also where you do all your configuration, where you'll provide the information for direct deposits
Okay.
into your bank account from any revenue that you might possibly get from your channel. It's quite easy.
So that'll be like on your Google page.
Yeah, it's Google.
Those
It's all
dots.
Yeah, it's all linked. It's all linked to Google. As a matter of fact, right here, I'm on Google Chrome now because I have to use Google Chrome with you. But it's the same. Well, it's Google Chrome. It's not on my Safari. So if I go up in the
Right.
top right, I have the picture of my account, my Google account,
Right.
and I would click on that, and it'll have all my account information right there. But that's not Google AdSense. You just have to have I usually have a shortcut link to Google AdSense if I ever want to
okay.
go. But I think you can go. I think even in YouTube, if you go to your settings in YouTube, I think there's a link that you can click on there to go over to the AdSense directly from YouTube page.
Oh, okay.
I can make it easy for you though. Art, if you go to google.com/AdSense,
Okay.
that'll get you there.
Google.com.AdSense.
Slash
And just log-
AdSense.
And just log in with your Google account. Yeah.
Yep.
Google. Google.com or dot.
Google.com/AdSense. By the way, Art, when you finish today, stick around and I'm going to see if I can work out how to get rid of your hiss in your microphone.
Okay.
Because it's we've spoken about it before and it's still around.
Right.
I hear. It sounds like an air conditioning unit in the background.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if it's me or.
It's you, because when you were muting it before,
Yeah. Well, I'll mute me.
there we go. Isn't that nice again? It's
No, that's me.
Hang on. No.
Oh,
So right now,
no, it's
his
not
noise
me.
has gone. It's not you.
It's
It's
gone.
not you, James.
No, it's not
Art's
me. Well,
muted.
he and I must have muted it at exactly the same time.
I think you did, yeah. Chris
Yeah,
Hope
you
said,
got-
what about Google Common Sense?
Well, maybe if you put like a dead cat type of on your microphone.
No, it's not. That's not it. It's a hiss in the microphone itself. We've just got to get a noise gate on his soundboard.
Okay.
Well, you know, Greg. I think maybe one of the last times that I was on your show, and I know I talked about it with Art. I bought a new microphone. Remember, I bought a Samsung upgrade microphone, and it's still in the box. I was supposed to do a product review of it, and I wanted to do it on a live stream with you guys. Because remember, I had the old that other microphone.
Yeti?
Yeah, the Yeti. And it's supposed to be the top of the line, but there's a problem. It's definitely something. It's a bad microphone. I tested the XLR connection, works perfect. I tested the USB connection, direct interface to the computer, on 2 different computers, and it's garbage. That's where all that weird warbling sound and so it's definitely a bad one. So I still have to unpack. I've been so busy. You saw 61 days doing this, and then the projects before that. I have stuff in the box for my live streaming events, and I wanted to get some tips from both of you guys, especially Greg. I want to get some of those really, really neat things that he does in the background that makes it look like a TV studio, and how he gets his little stuff that moves across the screen, and how he's got a little TV. How did he get that and kind of embedded when you have a guest on and they're in that your little TV screen? It's really cool. Your production is really top notch.
Yeah.
I got to tell you.
You're using OBS, I gather?
I started with OBS. That was my first experience with live
Yeah.
streaming. And then I switched over to StreamYard because StreamYard is just so
Yeah.
intuitive, so easy. It's like
So you can't do any of that stuff with StreamYard. That's just the way it is. If you want to do the fancy stuff, you need to use, at the very
OBS.
least, OBS. I use Wirecast, although I have not very many good things to say about the company.
They
the
told
software-
him, don't call us. And we won't call
Oh
you.
yeah, I caught your episode. I caught your controversial episode
This week,
on your
this week.
relationship.
This week, my show crashed this week, and I thought it was a YouTube problem, but it wasn't. It was actually Wirecast. So after the show was over, I said to John and Lloyd, we'll continue doing the show, pretending that it's going out to YouTube, and I'll upload the recording. But I get to the end of the show, and I press the stop recording button, and it just goes.
Yeah. sort of like Art's intro every single day, where it's like. Then he starts his show. I love that. I love that intro. That's very original.
But anyway, so.
But you know what? To be fair, it's you got to think, with all the issues that we had this week with YouTube, which is an entity of Google. It could have had something to do with the Google. I will tell you, it was very scary this week for me. I had people emailing me, or it's making comments on my channel saying it says your email is deleted or does no longer exist, and I couldn't connect because I have 3 or 4 Google accounts for different purposes, for the HOA here, for YouTube, for my personal, for our old band account that we had, and every single one of them, I couldn't connect to the server for 2 days this week. And I'm
reading the article right now. At a high level, the issue relates to existing work updating Google's account authentication system. As the effort was ongoing, previous components were left in place while keeping those older aspects resulted in an error about usage being at 0. Google instituted a grace period to delay the impact. The remedial fix expired, led to automated systems to respond to the errors if it was real, yada, 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 yada. Now, that was, here you go. At 4:08, the root cause was, and a potential fix were identified, which led to Google disabling the quota enforcement in one data center. Remember what I said? Disk space. So they've disabled the quota enforcement. Ultimately, it's related to disk space and capacity management.
Well, it could be, and I'll be honest with you. I don't know how Google does it, because you got to look just on our live stream today. This is one channel of millions of channels, and I understand the difference. Terabytes and all the giga, giga, ziga, nano bytes and all that they can hold. But the amount of people that upload on a daily basis and the quantity and the size of the files that go up there, I don't really know how they do it sometimes. I don't know, and a lot of them are not monetized. People use these channels like family, video files, archives is what they're doing, and I don't know. And Google, I don't think they make money off of these people.
They're starting to put ads on there compulsorily, even if you're not monetized. And Google keeps 100% of that revenue until you get monetized. So that's something new that they're doing.
Yeah, so that's how they do that. But I still don't, I don't see it because it's not infinite. There's no infinite data storage in these cloud storage farms that they have around the world. So I think at some point there's going to be more of what we saw this week.
That wasn't related. This was an identity and access management storage problem. The way that they store the videos that you and I see, they use things called storage buckets, where you've got systems with APIs that allocate a bucket, and then you go and put something in the bucket, and in the master index for the YouTube page, it's got a link to the bucket, which is nothing more than a URL, and it all works. It's not rocket science. That's very doable, very scalable. And every time you allocate a new link, it could be on a different server in a different part of the world. So what? It doesn't matter. It's got an allocator, and it'll go and find where to put it.
I just think the bucket will runneth over one day.
But there's an infinite supply of buckets as long as you buy new hard drives and servers.
And I guess they can afford it. Ad revenue
Chris
is
Hope.
tremendous.
Thank you for that super chat. $5 super chat. Nobody sent me a super sticker.
The only thing, speaking of buckets, the only problem I have is at the Christmas party last weekend, when my glass seemed to have a hole in it. Sorry, that was a bad one.
I don't know if you heard some of Art's jokes lately. I don't know. I think that was okay.
That was okay?
Sorry, Art. Hey, I missed the comedy series. You got to start putting more. You got to start putting more stuff. I told you need to set up a separate channel with nothing but comedy. You got to do comedy. You got to get back.
Speaking
to
of that,
again.
I wish Google would make one change to their platform. Instead of having multiple channels, I wish you could have sub-channels where you've got a subscriber base that they can express interest in the sub-channels that are of interest to them. So, for example, if I was going to do Oz by Drone and maybe Wirecast rants and raves, My regular Osby drone people don't want to hear about Wirecast, but they can still see it on the screen but not have it notify them about it, kind of thing. And
well,
I could put them into a different sub-channel. That'd be cool.
Well, you have something
Playlists,
similar to
I know.
that.
Yeah, I
You have
know.
something similar to that already, and it's simplistic, but it's called playlist on your channel.
Yeah.
And you can subdivide it up, and that's what we do. We probably have a dozen or so playlists, depending on what you're interested in. It's like the swimming pool.
But I'll give you a better example. Ken Heron, he's got his Side B channel, right? It's totally different. And what needs to happen is Google needs to say, hey, Ken Heron is Ken Heron. And he's got 2 sub-channels, one for this, one for that. And people can decide which sub-channel they want to focus on, but they still are part of the Ken Heron community, if that makes sense.
Well, YouTube actually promotes that sort of a philosophy. I went to a YouTube convention a couple of years back up in Manila, and it was all about networking. But one of the biggest recommendations that they brought in, and some people were doing it already, was to have separate channel, not a sub-channel, but you have separate channels to be able to do that. That's on a total different topic from the one that you have.
Yeah,
and
you don't want to do that because then you've got, you know, the super sticker. You got one, there you go. You've got the
stickers.
mountain.
I like stickers. Yes, I do. I like stickers more than you.
So you've got the mountain to climb to get your subscriber base to a size where it's going to be visible.
Yeah.
And you've got to do that twice, one for each channel. Instead of that, this is me. And my users can pick which side they want to focus on, but they're one of my subscribers. That would work a lot better for me.
Yeah.
Ten Toes says, and now we know why Art doesn't get super stickers. He's absolutely right.
Boo, Tom, boo.
Well, Art, I'm gonna have to bow out.
All right, James. Thanks
I don't know.
for popping in. Looks
I
like
don't
it's
know
about ready to rain there.
Yeah, I
Hey,
don't know.
just before you go, how are things? Are you able to move around a little bit more over there yet comfortably? Are you getting out a bit?
Easily able to get about. You always have to be with your face mask as a minimum.
Yeah.
The mask cover over your face.
Right.
And then if you go into stores, the stores require the two, that and the shield they go over. So, and we always keep what I do is both me and my wife, we have the shields. We just clip it to the headrests on the back seat, so it's always in the car whenever we go out. And we always have a supply of the mask. So
I was just saying last time we spoke, it'd be nice for you to pop over to the Amadeo part of the world and go for a swim in the old resort pools over there, even though you've got your own one now, but yeah.
Stickers.
Anyway.
I
We will.
like stickers more
We'll
than
make-
you.
Greg,
Stickers.
when are you gonna start doing the Art Mickey Mouse Donald Duck sounds?
I've got raw mic going into this feed, so no, not going to happen.
All right, guys. Well, anyway, thanks so much, Art. It was a pleasure.
James.
Good
Good
seeing
to
you
see
again,
you.
Greg. And Merry
Get well
Christmas to you.
Likewise.
Merry Christmas, you guys, and everybody that chimed in today in your chat. All right.
Hey,
Guys,
James,
thank you.
during the month of January, I'm going to do StreamYard as well, just because I want to have a month off from the hard work in preparing. So jump into my one. The link will be open, and you can come and have a chinwag over there.
I would love to do that, Greg. Thank you for the invite.
Okay.
All right, see you guys. Cheers.
Take care, James.
See you,
Merry
James.
Christmas. Alrighty, now it's just us two. Okay, so what is the noise? What is the noise? Is it my? Because there's a vent right there from my furnace.
I don't think it's the vent. I think it's actually a hissing noise inside your microphone. So I think ultimately you would probably one day need to replace your mic. But in the short term, you can hide the problem using a noise gate. And I'm not 100% sure, but we'll go and do a quick little Skype at the end of the call, and I'll have a look at your soundboard and see if there's a noise gate in there.
No, it's just a real bare bones mixer.
Yeah, but it may be there.
Alrighty, so I guess tell us a joke. Oh boy. You don't
Hey
want
Siri,
to do that.
tell us a joke.
Yeah.
Oh, it crashed. Wire crash.
There you go. There's the joke right there for RC Fun's diversion.
No, my volume was turned down, but on the screen, what animal should you never play cards with? A cheetah.
Zebra? Oh, a cheat. Yeah.
That was a good one.
Oh, you know what kind of cups you don't, or mugs you don't want to write a saying on a mug?
Mug shots.
Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah. You know, the alternate version of that saying, happy wife, happy life, is Swambo. Have you heard of that one?
Swambat?
Swambo. SWMBO. She who must be obeyed.
Oh, okay. Oh,
One snowman turns to the other and says, do you
cheetahs
smell...
never prosper.
Yes. Do you smell carrots? Oh, that was bad, Steve Mack.
Yeah. And, how about, you heard about the snowman that got busted at the grocery store for picking his nose?
Crickets. Okay. Anyway, Art, I might call it as well. I am
Okay, well, thank you for coming
going to get ready to go and get my lovely wife
soon. It's a pleasure having you.
Yeah. Give us a buzz back when you're fully done, and we'll see what we can do about getting that microphone thing happening.
All right, Greg. Hey, thanks for coming. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, everybody. Thanks for coming to the show. Hey, we still got a fairly decent crowd, but yeah, it's been over 2 hours, so we got about almost 2 hours and 15 minutes. I want to thank you all for jumping in. Thank you very much. I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Thank you for the super chats and super stickers. You all have a great holiday. Don't forget, tomorrow is Art's Place. We'll do kind of a, I don't know, maybe a Christmas style show there. We'll do a little bit of political stuff. So have a great weekend and keep 'em flying. Bye-bye.